It's Georgie Oldfield back again, and this is the third video in the series about how to improve your self-talk, how to make it more health-enhancing rather than creating the inner turmoil that often then fuels any symptoms that you might have, any chronic pain or other symptoms that are stress-induced. So the first video we talked about how to become more aware of what you're thinking, becoming aware of how you do actually speak to yourself and how this is creating some of the stress for you. The next video was about looking at the patterns. When and where do you tend to most often create self-induced stress by your thoughts? And just looking more at what might trigger you and just getting an understanding of what needs changing. This video is more about looking at the benefits of changing, because actually recognising the benefits of making a change can make it easier for you to actually be motivated to actually make the changes. Recognising the benefits of actually changing to more health-enhancing thought patterns can also help motivate you to actually make a change. Because the brain will just do what's automatic, what's easiest, what takes less energy to do. Okay? And that's the normal habitual pattern. To make a change actually takes energy, it takes commitment and persistence. And many patients say to me that it's tiring just to constantly keep trying to stop themselves from ruminating or focusing on their pain or whatever it is. And that's because it is harder to consciously change an habitual pattern. It's so much easier just to go back into your normal pattern of overwhelm or ruminating or focusing on your pain. That's what you've done for so long. It can be difficult to change it. But we know that actually to develop motivation to change, if you can make something fun, it actually makes it easier. And there's a great video on YouTube, I think it was in Sweden they did this, where they had some stairs and an escalator next to them. And they videoed everybody going up and down these. I think it was to a tube station. And they videoed everybody, and virtually 90% or so of people were going up the escalator rather than using the stairs. And then overnight, they actually converted the stairs into virtually a real-life piano, so that every step you stood on was an actual note from the piano. And they then videoed everybody through the next 24 hours or so, actually seeing who went on the escalator and who went on the stairs. There was a massive turnaround, and everybody actually just jumping up and down the stairs. There were dogs and sort of walking up and down. There were couples holding hands and dancing up and down because it made a noise, because they could make a tune. And they found that hardly anybody then was going on the escalator. So they're showing that actually you can change automatic behaviours and encourage people to do something more healthy, but it has to be fun. So if you can find a fun way to actually make some changes, but just as importantly, look at what are the benefits afterwards. And that's a really important way to prepare to start making changes. And write them down. If you write them down, they're more realistic, they're more ingrained in your mind. So write down exactly what it is that you want to change and start writing down the things that you're going to do, and even share it with other people, because that might help with the motivation. So for some tips as to what you can actually do to help you change these unhealthy thought patterns to more health-enhancing ones, watch out for the next and the last video in this series.